This course is sponsored by the National Veterans Intermediary, an initiative of the Bob Woodruff Foundation. We'd like to thank the National Veterans Intermediary for their generosity in making this course possible.
Hi, my name is Mary Carstensen. I'm a 26-year veteran of the United States Army and a former senior executive and advisor to the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. I've spent the last 3 decades building organizations and systems to solve complex problems within and across the public and private sectors. As this work is a passion of mine, I'm excited to take the time to talk to you about why collaboration is so important supporting military members, veterans, and their families and caregivers. There are approximately 52 million veterans, service members, and their families in our country today. That's 52 million veterans, service members, and families that are rich with unique qualities that can benefit our communities. They are given the chance to use them. Many veterans make a smooth transition into civilian life. They have the resources and networks they need to thrive. But there are others who could use our help, whether that be assistance with employment, housing, finances, or legal services. And some veterans face challenges finding medical and mental health services or accessing educational benefits and opportunities. To address the needs of veterans and their families, thousands of nonprofits, government agencies, and private organizations stand ready to offer services and support. However, while many resources are available, the Veteran Service Network is complex and all too often fragmented. A key reason that navigating the network and finding resources can be so hard is that organizations working with veterans lack a structure to come together in a meaningful, collaborative way. This lack of structure keeps organizations isolated from one another and impedes their efforts to support veterans and their families. As a result, veterans in need of help are often left feeling frustrated, sometimes forgotten. While the challenge this poses can seem overwhelming, collaboration can provide organizations with the structure they need to work together and increase their ability to impact the lives of our nation's veterans. Collaborative efforts made in different sectors for complex problems have shown to be largely successful. For example, the New York State juvenile justice system has seen measurable improvements in the decrease of juvenile arrests, the number of youth in state custody, and overall community safety due to the collaborative efforts made by various parties in that community. In another example, an effort known as Shape Up Somerville set a way to reduce and prevent childhood obesity in elementary school children. Through thoughtful collaborative efforts among government officials, educators, businesses, and many more, the community saw a significant decrease in body mass index of children between the years of 2002 and 2008. If the same principles are followed for a collaborative journey geared toward our nation's veterans, the same successful results could be achieved. Before we go into detail about collaboration, let's look at what happens when we strive to make social changes. More often than not, the response is to find and fund a single organization in the hope that its program will grow and then we can replicate it for impact. This stovepipe approach is common when the problem is clearly defined and we know the solution in advance. For example, to increase the number of veterans enrolling at a local university, if a single organization opens a veterans center on the campus, it could have rapid and lasting impact. But many problems are larger in scale and can't be remedied by one organization or even multiple organizations in a single sector. In fact, there is growing evidence that more complex, larger-scale problems can only be solved when communities come together and work collaboratively to find solutions. So let's talk about how collaboration can move the needle on important issues. What we are talking about here is much more than simply establishing another public-private partnership. Moving the needle on complex social issues requires a systematic approach, one that focuses on relationships between the participants from multiple sectors, including service providers, nonprofits, philanthropic, corporate, federal, state, county, and local government partners. Collaborative efforts must include community members as well as organizational leaders. The collaborative journey we describe here needs to be organized, needs to be thoughtful. It should build on the work and relationships already underway in the community, and it should be guided by lessons learned from those efforts. Furthermore, it's important to focus on a common goal and maintain good communication between stakeholders. These vital tasks require a champion or a group of champions. They can take the lead on organizing the effort, keep an eye on tracking progress, and help maintain momentum. In this series of courses, we will explore some of the key components to successful collaboration and how these efforts can make a difference in the lives of veterans and their families. Keep in mind, collaboration is probably best thought of as a marathon rather than a sprint. And while it can be challenging and sometimes frustrating, you are not alone in this journey, and there are many great tools to help you on your way. The National Veterans Intermediary recognizes that the network of veteran services is complex, fragmented, and difficult to navigate. Our mission is to help communities enhance their capacity to stimulate change by leveraging the best ideas from the public and private sectors. With that said, over 140 communities have already started collaborating in an effort to bring about the impact they understand is needed. So let's take a look at an example of how one of our country's communities chose to embark on their collaborative journey to better serve the needs of veterans and their families.
Hi, my name is Blake Bourne. I'm the Executive Director of Veterans Bridge Home, the community quarterback or backbone organization for the Charlotte, North Carolina region. Our organization was founded in 2011 with the unique mission of fostering collaboration on behalf of military-connected families. Our founders, Tommy and Patty Norman, supported 4 families transitioning out of the military and into the Charlotte community. What they learned was that there was not a lack of resources, rather a lack of awareness on the part of the families and a lack of coordination at the community level. They started by aligning corporate, individual, and foundation funders to address this need. After a community needs assessment, the mission was clear. Veterans Bridge Home would act as a leader, facilitator, and convener of community resources on behalf of veterans and their families. From funders and employers to nonprofits and local, state, and federal government programs, we have built an ecosystem of partners who each are able to address the unique needs and goals of our military-connected families. Each partner is able to focus on their organizational strengths, and they are applied to the appropriate individual need. It sounds straightforward, but this effort has taken years. It involved hundreds of incredible partners, and most importantly, exists through strong personal relationships. Thank you for taking time to watch this course and start the process of learning how you can embark on a collaboration journey in your own community.
National Veterans Intermediary increases the collaborative capacity of local communities to improve well-being for veterans and their families. Visit nvi.org for more information and tools on implementing collective impact principles in your community.
If you have any questions or need assistance, go to the PsychArmor website or call the PsychArmor support line at 844-779-2427. Thank you for completing this course and taking that one step further in learning about our American veterans.